Alright, so yeah, charges. I'll just turn this down a second. They're not awful. Main problem, like, it's really hard to tell at this point how good they are, just because they rely so much on being able to actually get kills consistently. Like, what I've been saying about charges lately in Splatoon 1 is that you can't just use a charger and, like, that's it. You need to actually be constantly getting kills with it. It's not like, and not only that, but like it's one of the only weapons in the game where you can hold like all the right positions, you can take all the right shots, you can peek all the right times, and you can still like go 0 and 10 or something because you just miss your shots, right? Every other weapon contributes in at least some way, even when it's like only poorly doing what it's supposed to be doing. Like it's still sort of helping. The charger is either helping and like actually locking the map down, or it's doing sweet fuck all. So right now the charger, to me, isn't different enough from Splatoon 1 that it's going to be any good. It does support the sort of better charger playstyle of a sort of mobile kind of Slayer. So like the way Power plays charger, as opposed to the way... I don't know. I know Nike's in the stream, but Nike's playstyle kind of gets fucked a lot by, like... That's sort of what I'm getting at, I guess. So it definitely supports that kind of in-your-face kind of playstyle where you aren't like suicidal or anything like that. You're just sort of in the enemy's face. You're holding aggressive angles and just sort of being a pain, right? And this weapon does support that. At least the main weapon does, and the sub, of course. Splat bombs are still fucking fantastic. I don't think there's much that can really change the fact that splat bombs are fantastic, and they probably always will be. The main problem is the Stingray, because with the Stingray goes counter to that. So while I expect that there will be good charger kits in this game, I also expect that this one is not going to be that charger kit. I think the main problem with this charger is that because it has the Stingray, it doesn't have that sort of conversion from momentum, from like a couple of picks into some proper momentum. The Stingray, like, in order to use it really effectively, you need to be further back, like as far back as possible, so that you can actually aim and whatnot, and you aren't like going to get taken out. And like, yeah, you saw me using it close up a couple of times there, like, and you can pick your aim. You don't have to jump back to spawn. You just have to be sort of far away, so that like you can sort of strafe and pull it and push it and that sort of thing. And that goes completely against the playstyle that this updated charger supports. So overall, the charger is easily the weakest kit in the test file. That's sort of why I was saving it for last, A, so that I could get a fucking handle on my aim, which you could see in the Splattershot game. Like, I only got 3 kills, but they were much cleaner than the kills I was getting in the others, right? When I was playing it before. So that's sort of the main thing, is just trying to figure out sensitivity, which I think is going to stay at -1. Trying to figure out like what is going on with the charger, what is going on with the controls in this game, because they still felt a little bit laggy. Just a tiny bit, not as bad as before, but still enough that I could sort of... It felt as though, like, the whole time I was playing charger, it felt as though I was sort of... It felt as though my reticle was, like, on a chain, right? So, like, on a like, I'm sort of aiming it, and then where my gun actually fires is sort of attached by a chain to my actual reticle, and I don't know, that always felt weird, because when I was getting those flick shots, it felt as though I was getting the flick shots on when I should have missed, right? Like, it felt as though I was overshooting all my flick shots, which is not a good sign. Like, that indicates sensitivity being too low, but at 0 I was just completely fucking useless, so I don't know. Wait, what? Soldier, are you okay there? Alright. unbanned you guys. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, so, I can't pass judgment on charges out of this test fire. I just can't. Like, it isn't a thing that's gonna happen. There's just not enough information, right? Like, the kit in this is way worse than all three of the others. It's turf war, so charges are automatically, like, bad. You know, on top of that, there are problems with the controls, and I think given the fact that there are a lot of people complaining about it, I think that will be fixed. I also suspect that the netcode is going to be improved as well. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the charges. Long story short, not impressed, but I'm also not too concerned about that because it is a bad kit in the end. Although I am kind of concerned if the only charger, if the charger with Splat Bombs has fucking Stingray, that would be very unfortunate. Because like that's sort of the signature thing with chargers is the Splat Bomb rush, right? You know, that's one of the things. Anyway, all right. And we can